Has everyone made an account already?
That's where I'm struggling.
Okay.
I can't get the agency.
Okay. So we're going to start from the beginning. And I did notice that there was a bug today, so I'm hoping that that's cleared up now and you guys will be able to do it. So this is the screen that you guys see. I'm assuming you can see my screen. Yes, there it is. So this is a screen, and this is where you would log in. But you have to come here to, whoops, I need a pointer. That doesn't work. You would have to come to sign up instead, right? So you enter your name, and I don't have an account yet, and my agency isn't here. And I think the issue you guys were having was trying to add it in. So if you jump here and start typing, and it's not there, then you have to come over here and add it. And I believe that wasn't working before.
It wasn't, but it's working now.
Okay, good. That's what I was hoping to hear. Is there anyone who isn't able to get that to work? Okay, so I'm gonna continue on then. So in this field, I'm going to add my agency, and I'm going to skip a lot of stuff because I don't want to take your time. And I'm going to go ahead and add, you'll see that anywhere that there's a red asterisk, that is a required field. You have to put something in there or it won't let you submit it. So everywhere there is one of those, make sure you submit it or you write something in there. But everything else, I'm just going to throw some data in here because I don't really care. Okay, so I'm going to submit that, and now my agency is showing up over here, so I know I'm ready to continue. So enter an email address, which mine is there, enter a password, and then I'm going to submit that, and I should have an account created now. Before the bugs happened and before this piece broke, this would actually take you straight to your account page, but now it's not. So now you have to log in with the username and password that you just created. And then you're going to see a page that looks like this. If anyone's following along with me, are you guys able to get to that point? Mm-hmm. Yes? Okay, good, Linda. So does everyone have an account created so far then?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Okay, and if not, go ahead and put no in the chat, just in case I missed it, so I can make sure that I can help you with that. Once you're here, you will see that you do have an agency and an organization there. If for some reason you don't, you would need to come up here to add agency and go ahead and add an agency, same way as you would have had to when you signed up. But we have that, so we're not going to do that. Now you have a couple of different options of where you can go with this. We have this area here, which is agency document upload, and this area here, which is add program. So if you recall, United Way Fund's program is not necessarily agencies. So you need to think of it in terms as the same as we had our applications before, where you submit an application for your program, and this is where you would do that. So when you click add program, you're going to see that, first of all, you have to choose the agency, and then you have to put in a program name. So we're just going to put in our opportunity community. Whoops, if I can type. And then we need to know which impact area this program addresses. Well, this one is helping to lift families out of poverty. And then we're going to need to know, are the services to clients free of charge or fee-based? And this is pretty typical from last year's and the prior year's applications. Oh, sorry, Millie. You haven't gotten that far for Wenatchee Family Counseling?
Right. Well, again, I had the problem of not knowing how to add the agency, so I'm not doing it during the webinar, so I'm just taking notes.
Okay,
but I think
very good.
I should be able to do it once I get on.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so on this field for free of charge or fee-based services, you can choose one or the other or both. So if you have both types of options, then you can choose both. I'm just going to choose free because I don't want to fill that much out. So I'm going to say the income threshold for us is 0 and 100% receives that. And then we need to know what you're requesting funding-wise. How much do you want for this program? So I'm going to say $5,000. Whoops, not $50,000. And how is it consistent with the priority selected? So we need to know, what does the need look like? And this is kind of the same field that was in last year's application. If you want more clarity on this, you can certainly call and talk to Alan and let him help you a little bit more. I'm more the structure side of things. He's the one that's going to really walk you through the questions to answer them in the best way possible. But this is the same, these are the same questions as we had last year. So I'm just going to put test here just because I don't want to write a bunch of stuff. And then I'm going to submit that. And after I submit it, you're now going to see that I have the start of that program down here. Does everyone see that okay? Okay. So from now on, in order, yeah?
Is there a way to alter the information you put in there?
I don't believe so. I think once it's submitted, there might be towards the end. I can't remember now because it's been a little while since I set this up. So I'll take a look and see if there's a way I can make that happen.
Okay. If not, I need it deleted because I was walking through it with you, and I don't have the accurate information in.
Okay. Who is that? You? Is that Linda that's talking?
Marin, sorry.
Marin?
Marin, yeah.
Okay. Now I see where I can see you're talking. Okay, so if we can't edit it, I'll make sure it's deleted for you.
Thank you, and I'll stop walking through it.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. I can delete anything and everything. It's not a big deal.
Okay, cool.
So now that we have Opportunity Community set up, we can go in and view this program. And we can see that under application process, because all of these fields are blank, that these are not completed yet. And since they're not completed yet, these are the fields that we would need to go to do so. So we're going to go to the first one, which is inputs. And on inputs, this is the same as when we had you guys logic model. You're going to want to find the inputs that you created in your logic model, and you're going to want to use those here. This button allows you to upload your logic model so that we can take a look at it and provide any feedback on it so you can make it the best logic model possible, which should also make you eligible for more funding. But it is optional. You don't have to do that. Down here, you're going to choose all that apply for this program, as many or as few. And if you have an other, go ahead and fill that out too. You're going to see that there's places to describe those. The others and then the other inputs. If you have more than one, you're going to want to say something like, I'm just going to throw this in there and I already know it's there, but let's just say that it didn't exist. We're going to say volunteers, and then maybe comma, gosh, I don't know, computers, which I realize are already up above, but this is just an example. So for volunteers, I would probably come down here to describe them. 70 volunteers for a program, and then computers. Just because I can't have separate fields. So if you have more than one in this case, then go ahead and make sure you're properly identifying it. Does that make sense? And Linda, okay. I'll make sure I delete yours too if we can't edit it. Okay, so now we're going to say staff hours, and this is the actual number of staff. FTE is full-time, not full-time employees. I actually need to change that. It's full-time equivalent. So where it says employees right here is going to be changed to equivalent, and you just need to put your full-time equivalent. So that would obviously be 1 because it's 40 hours. And then how many volunteer hours? I don't know, I'm just going to throw some numbers in there. Now when I submit this, it's going to take me back to the front page, and you're now going to see full-time equivalent, Linda. It says full-time employees, but what we're really looking for is full-time equivalent. So if you have 2 half-time employees, what you would be doing is putting in 1 full-time equivalent. Sure. Okay, so now you guys can see up here that it's complete. That means we've done program input. We don't have to do it anymore. We can, however, come in here and modify it. So if there's something you didn't like that you wrote, you can go back and rewrite it. If you need to add something, you can add something, and then you just resubmit it. So you can go back into all of these areas and redo those if you want. The only thing I would caution you is that if you don't finish it completely, but you have submitted data and it's complete up here, that you keep a notepad next to your computer to remind yourself to go back and modify it, just in case you missed something and you want to make sure that it's thorough. Over to collaborations. Collaborations, do you know of any organization that provides similar services to you? Yes or no? If you say yes, we're going to be looking for who, and there is a plus sign where you can enter their name. Usually if they're providing something similar, it's not identical. And so use this field to add any comments that might show how yours is different or how your services may be similar and complement each other but aren't exactly the same. I'm going to say no because I don't want to type all that. Do you currently actively collaborate with any organizations? Yes or no? Well, this should be yes for everyone, and at minimum you should have United Way in here because you guys all collaborate with us. But you can also add more. So let's say that we also collaborate with Small Miracles, and we also collaborate with YMCA. So you can continue to add those, but then again, come down here and put United Way. This is how we collaborate. Don't judge me on my typing. Small Miracles, same thing. So we would just continue to add that kind of stuff. This is how we collaborate. YMCA, same thing. So just to have some font in there so that you have an explanation and a description for everyone that you added here. Next question is, updated information on this program available at 211. That's just a yes or no. And do you actively promote and distribute 211 information to clients? Yes or no. There is no right or wrong answer here, but we do want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to be on 211. If you need more information about that, you guys can call in anytime. Probably ask for Alan if it's before the 28th and have him talk to you about 211. Do you currently have a formal referral relationship with any other organization? Yes or no? If you put yes in here, again, it's going to ask for another agency, and then the description of the agreement. And then there's also the place to upload a letter if you have a formal letter of agreement with the agency. Usually, I think agencies are not going to have this. That's totally fine. You can just describe what it is. It might just be a verbal agreement. It might not even be written. But if you have an agreement, such as, let's say, CASA has an agreement with Chelan County to provide fees for them to do their court-appointed special advocate. So they get those fees, and that would be relevant information we'd want to see in here. But I'm going to say no because I don't want to type all that out. And then I'm going to press submit. Now you can see I've completed 2 fields in the program information area. I can go into any one of these. I'm going to just pop in there and let you guys see what they look like. And then if we have any questions, go ahead and speak up or type them in the box when you look at them. Because I want to make sure that I answer any questions you might have. I just don't know if I need to fill them all out. Maybe I do. If you guys would prefer, I can do that also. So program activities, that's just basically what is your program doing. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just go through this because I think it'll be better. I'm putting test in here. But program activities is going to be from your logic model once again. You have your inputs. What are the activities? This can be counseling sessions. It can be, we have transitional housing. It can be, I'm trying to think of what all you guys have. Marin, you have a food bank, I believe, right? Is that you?
No, I have a theater camp.
Okay, great. So then you would have the actual plays and shows. Sorry about that. You're pretty new.
Yeah.
Well, not. So yeah, you would have your shows from theater in there for that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And now we're back to the front page again. Output is going to be things like how many clients you served, how many bed nights, how much food you put out in the community, or again, how many clients you served that food to. It's going to be, yeah, it's basically the data. Here is the number that we served. This is what they were served with, you know, kind of thing. So that's all just kind of hard numbers. So I'm just going to say we just served 26 families. And obviously there's going to be more than that. At least I hope there's more than that. But I'm being lazy, so I'm going to put 26 families. So that's our output. Outcomes is the piece that gets a little trickier, and it's probably good that I went ahead and came back through here because you can add as many outcomes as you want. And to do that, we're going to choose which area we feel this program serves. So are we trying to increase knowledge, improve, or teach an improved or learned skill, a change in behavior, or change and improved condition? So for our opportunity community, we are actually trying to change and improve a condition. And so we're going to choose that. And we know this is going to take a while, so we would actually choose long term. And then we're going to talk about lifting, you know, what is the outcome? What are you trying to do? Lift. And this is where you would want to say, let's say we were going to try to have these families out of poverty by 2020. Lift 26 families out of poverty by 2020. Actually, I'm going to say 20, I'm terrible at math, but I'm going to say 24 families. Percent achieving outcome is then where I would come down here and say like 85% or whatever that percentage is. Because I have 26 families on the previous page. I'm saying 24 of those are going to be lifted out of poverty by 2020. And so we're expecting 85% are going to achieve that outcome. And I probably wouldn't put numbers up here, actually. I would just say lift families out of poverty by 2020. And then the percent that you expect to achieve that outcome of the ones you're serving. When I submit that, it's going to show up here. You can see that I have that outcome submitted, and I can go edit it and I can go delete it. But now I can also add more. I want to increase the community's knowledge. And I want to do that, actually I want to do it short-term, mid-term, and long-term. And you can choose. You can create one for each of those time frames if you would like. Increase community knowledge about poverty. Percent achieving. And you're definitely going to want a year here because that makes it measurable and makes sure that it's attainable. Percent achieving outcome, I'm going to say 65%. And then I'm going to submit that, and now you can see now I have 2 outcomes for this program in particular. If I'm happy with that, I can go out and move on to the next category, which would be measurement. Or I can continue to add whatever I want to. So I'm going to go to measurement. And these are going to be your indicators. So how are you going to know when you've achieved the outcome that you said you were going to achieve? I don't know what that information is for you, but we would want to see increase in wages, increase income. Sorry, I told you I'm sick. I can't think very well. Income for families. So that would be something that would be an indicator for us. We want to see children ready to start school on time, not on time, by first grade. And we want to see on-time graduation rate. And then, of course, you're going to need some years, some numbers in here because you can't really measure it without numbers. But I'm just throwing stuff in here to give you an idea. So I'm going to click submit. Sorry, I need a drink real quick. Okay, and now you can see on this page that we have 2 outcomes and we have completed the measurement section. So all we have left is volunteers and documents. On the volunteers tab, it asks, does this program have a need for additional volunteers? Probably every single one of you could say yes. Age restrictions, we want to know what age your volunteers are. Usually it's 18 plus. Are volunteer opportunities for this program listed on Get Connected? That is United Way's volunteer portal. Yes or no? Whom should United Way staff contact about Get Connected volunteer portal? So we would just want a name, a phone, and an email of the person that we would need to contact in order to help you guys get on Get Connected so you can get more volunteers. And it looks like you actually have, I'm sorry?
I just tried to do that, and because my email is the same as somewhere else in the system, it wouldn't take it.
Oh, that's a good email. That's an interesting fact. And it probably won't, for that matter. So if you come across that, just go ahead and put, was that you, Laurel?
That was Maren.
Oh, wow. You sound like Laurel to me for some reason. I'm sorry. So go ahead and put something in like Maren at insystem.com. Just make something up. We don't care because we're going to know that it's you. It doesn't matter. It won't matter.
Perfect.
So we're going to do the Jonas Brothers. And then Jonas at, we end up using noemail.com a lot just because we have a lot of people that we end up putting in our system that don't have email. So if you make something up but your name is the same, then we're going to know how to contact you. So we're going to submit that. And we're down to just one piece for this program, and that's documents. In documents, we are looking for your individual program budget. And we are looking for the most recent audited or tax filed budget. Whatever year that is, we're looking for the most recent. So we're not really looking for the current year. We're looking for the prior year, whichever one you just finished. And whatever format that is, we are going to want you to change that into a PDF. And a way that you can do that, I'm going to open Excel really quick and pull up a document and show you guys, I believe. I'm trying. How to, shoot. Bear with me. Okay. So I have an Excel spreadsheet up here, and I don't want to upload an Excel spreadsheet because they just don't upload very well. I mean, they do, but we want our reviewers to be able to view your pages that you upload, your documents that you upload. We want them to be able to view it on tablets if they have tablets to use. And so you're just going to need to come up here and click File, Save As. And then this, you can actually choose a PDF. If you have more outdated software that doesn't let you do that, another option is to choose Print. And then you can choose from the drop down here, Adobe PDF. And then when you go to print it, it will ask you where you want to save it. And so you can upload it from there as well. But try to be sure that your documents are PDF. We'll try to help you guys out and make sure that they're converted. I think Alan can probably help you with that if you forget how and I'm not in the office. I'm pretty sure he can handle that. But if not, it's something that we can always take care of when I get back to. So once you upload a document, and I don't know what I have, so I'm just going to go find something maybe. I'll just do this. So there's one document, and I'm going to use the same one as this one, even though it's not a PDF. So it's do as I say, not as I do. And then submit that. And now you can see that all of my fields are complete. I have data in every single one of them. If you want to see what it looks like, you can come up to View Printable Application and click that, and you can see what your application is actually going to look like. So if you read through here, I can see, oh, I put test here. I probably don't want to submit it that way. So I probably should go change that and make it say something I actually want it to say, and that's program activities. So I just go back to the activity button to fix that. Is that my program documents uploaded? I can actually access them here, but I'm not going to click them because they are not actual documents. And then you can just review it, and you can print it from here for your own record by clicking the print button in the upper right-hand corner. We don't need you to print out copies of these for us. We don't need paper copies, but we do need, we will need, there are some documents that we need. I think we need the agency agreement, I think, and your 990 will actually be scanned in. So I need to go back to the agency document now, because even though your program application piece is finished, we still have some agency stuff to do. So I'm going to jump back. There's links back here that will allow you to go backwards, and there are all the links at the top that allow you to go backwards. So I'm going to go all the way back to the main page, which is agency information, and now I'm where I started. Here are the documents that we need for the agency itself. When you click in here, you'll see we need your agency budget. This is, again, your agency's budget itself, however is best formatted for you. We're not going to ask you to make your budget fit into our field. Linda, I'm sorry, I missed your question a while ago. The program beneficiary breakdown is who is receiving, oh, I'm sorry, where was that? Let me find that. Sorry, I have to backtrack just a minute because I missed her. Thank you. Program beneficiary breakdown is going to be by geography, maybe by their race, gender, age, that kind of thing. So we want to know where the people are that are getting services and who the people are that are getting services. Not names, but what's their age group, what's their gender, what's their race. Maybe even if English is their first or second language, what's their income level. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for there. Is that good? Okay. All right. So back to agency documents. Again, agency budget is probably going to be in an Excel form on your computer, or it's going to be in QuickBooks, depending on what systems you're using. Or you might have another system completely. Again, make sure that those are converted into PDF. And it's just an upload, just like everything else. So I'm going to upload that, even though it's not a real document. And you can see now, when you're looking at agency documents, you can see what's uploaded. So once again, you know where you're at and what you need to do. Board of directors, we're just looking for name and where they work. And I know before we asked for their email address too, but some people weren't comfortable with that. So I think we're really just looking for a name and their place of employment. Map and directions. I showed people at the last training that if you go to Google Maps and you put in your location. I'm going to put in United Way. Well, that isn't what I want. I'm going to use Chrome. Right, we'll use it then. I was using Firefox, and I don't think it's the best thing always. There we go. So there we are. If you right-click this map and choose Print, and then come up to Print, then you can see there's this dot there, and you can change this same way as I showed you to change the Excel file, and save it as a PDF. And then when you go to save that, again, you can choose a location to save it and then just upload that. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, very good. And you can call in for help with that. Again, these uploadable documents, once I'm back after the 28th, I'm just worried more about you guys getting the meat of your application done, so you have time to do that. But the uploadable documents, once I come back, I can certainly help you guys over the phone to do those too. So then we have your IRS determination letter. And if you don't have one, this is a yes or no question, yes. And if you have one, upload it. If you do not have an IRS determination letter, meaning you are not a 501c3, then you would just explain your status. And this is for things like schools. We may have schools at some point applying for funding for things like early education. And so we want to make sure that we're not excluding their work because they're not a 501c3. Form 990. Is your agency required to complete IRS Form 990? Yes or no? If it's yes, then go ahead and upload the document. If it's no, then we just need a letter of exemption stating why you don't have to do it. Usually it's because your budget is below the income requirement. And then your agency audit. Does your agency conduct annual audits? And this is going to be taken off. Annual is going to be removed to say audit instead of annual audit. So just audits in general. Does your agency have to be audited? Yes or no? If it's yes, go ahead and upload the audit report. If it's no, then nothing else needs to be done. Do you guys have any questions? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go structure the program so you can actually go in and edit it. But I'm going to remove Maren and Linda's information that you guys have put in now. Oh, okay. We are just now getting an audit, but it will not be done in time for this. So just upload your previous one. Are there other questions? You guys are quiet.
This is Millie. I think that was really helpful. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Linda, I think that you're probably going to want to just call and talk to Alan and see what he would like you to do, but I suspect he's just going to say don't upload it if it's just an internal audit. Alrighty, well if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to go make those couple little changes and make sure there's a place that you can edit your program, and then that'll probably be it, and then I won't be back again until the 28th. So if you guys need me for bugs or structural issues, then I'll be back to answer those questions. You can always shoot me an email and I'll reply to them when I get back and pick up the phone and give you a call. it would be helpful to let me know when's the best time to reach you. And if it's issues or questions about the content of the individual questions, then certainly pick up the phone and give Alan a call because he'll be able to answer those for you. And if there are no other questions, I'm done. Okay.
Thanks, Mina.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Yep, I'm going to stick around and answer any questions you guys have, which I saw I had one. So, but the rest of you guys can go.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Linda, what is your question about the 990? I would just upload what you have